Cordoba is an emerging copper gold company in Latin America. Our project is in northern Colombia in a brand new discovery. We basically locked out 20,000 hectares of core ground that we call the San Mateus project. We've been drilling what we think is a great discovery at Alacran. It's an open pit copper gold skarn. It could be an IOCG. It's a complex system, but the beauty of it is what we think this is just the beginning of multiple discoveries in our San Mateus district. No other company is here, so from an exploration perspective, an investor perspective, we own everything. We're not competing against other companies to try and lock up ground and try and find deposits. Everything that we feel is prospective, we own it all in northern Colombia. And we are the first movers here, which really gives us a leg up everywhere else in Colombia. So for Cordoba, coming up over 2018 and 2019, we're going to be a pretty busy company really trying to create shareholder value. Next up on our timeline is our updated resource for the Alacran deposit, which we expect during the first quarter of 2018, but that's just the beginning. Next, what we'll be doing is a PA for Alacran because we think there's real potential for Alacran to be an economic deposit. But in addition to that, as I mentioned previously, we have a very large land package. So 2018 will also focus now on identifying other projects and deposits within our San Mateus district at northern Colombia. So Cordoba is a well-financed company and very well backed by significant shareholders. HPX, High Power Exploration, which is a private company controlled by mining entrepreneur Robert Freeland, is our single largest shareholder at 65% ownership of Cordoba. So as we start looking for additional deposits in addition to Alacran in our San Mateus district, we have one of the best mine finders in the world to help us really identify where the best prospects are in the San Mateus district. And there is no doubt in our mind that there are other deposits in San Mateus. Now is the time for us to start going on the ground and finding these other deposits and begin drilling these deposits and potential targets in 2018. So from an investor perspective, Cordoba is a very special junior company. And I think it's a very simple story. Simply, we have one of the largest land packages in Latin America that we've already discovered one deposit, Alacran. But when you think about discoveries and looking for minerals anywhere in the world, real estate is your #1 priority. You got to try and lock up what you think is the best and most prospective ground. And usually when you look at junior companies, in a prospective district, you might have 10, 20, 30 juniors trying to pick up ground and lock up ground in an area. We are the first movers in northern Colombia, but what's very exciting about northern Colombia is the geology in northern Colombia is quite different than everywhere else in Colombia and Latin America, which means there are significant opportunities here for new discoveries where no one has ever looked for copper gold previously. And from an investor perspective, what you want to look for is companies that have real potential for new discoveries, real potential for mines to go into development, which we have in Alacran, and real potential for minerals that are going to change the world. And copper, in our mind, is one of the key minerals going forward. The whole electric car evolution is really going to increase demand for copper, and we are best positioned to have some copper discoveries in Colombia and Latin America. So from an investor perspective, what I think you need to look for now at Cordoba is the resource update at Alacran, which I think will be the backbone for our company. But that is just the very beginning. You know, pay attention to what we start to identify in our San Mateus district. We really believe there are other targets here that will demonstrate to the market that this is a key district for copper gold mineralization. And more importantly, we think this is a key district for the potential for tier 1 copper gold porphyries. And we are going to spend 2018 not only continue to advance the Alacran deposit, but more importantly, now starting to identify additional targets and prospects within our area and start drilling them in 2018. And that's really going to bring an additional excitement to investors because anytime, anywhere, we think there's a potential for a new discovery in San Mateus. So we're very proud to be listed on the TSX Venture. We listed the company in 2014 as part of an RTO, and the TSX was extremely supportive of effectively our IPO with Cordoba. And being on what we think is the premier exchange for resource companies, the ability to raise capital to continue funding our exploration activities in Colombia and hopefully other parts of Latin America in the future, the TSX for us is the key backbone to ensure that we are a successful company.